Problem number 10. We've got a little bit of geometry going on here. This is probably going to be the most involved one so far. Let me move this up. What is the length of segment AD in the diagram? Oh, I love these. Yeah, these are kind of fun. These are very much like puzzles. Like, how do you solve well, first of all, the first thing you want to do before getting scared is think of what the question's asking. The length of segment AD. That is the segment between A and D. Here's A, here's D. So it wants us to find the length. If I could draw, that would be nice. The length between A and D. So this is what it wants us to find. So how do we find the length of this side? Well, with triangles, kind of the idea here is, because look, it's three different triangles. I know it's a big rectangle, but it's three different triangles. Now I see that this side here is 15, and this side here is 13. So we have two sides, and we ask ourselves, can we find the third side based on this information? Well, we do have a cool formula called the Pythagorean Theorem. That's the first thing that comes to mind. The Pythagorean Theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But that only works if you have a right triangle. That's the important thing to know. And that means where you have a right angle. Like, for example, this triangle here is a right triangle. It has a right angle, which looks like a little box. It's 90 degrees. But this one here is not. I mean, this is not a right angle. So we can't find the third side here. Well, you'll see that we have two right triangles. The other two triangles are right triangles. Maybe if we figure out the lengths of these sides, it will help us find this side. Maybe, possibly. Well, actually, the one other thing you can think through is, what's another way we could find the length of this side? Well, the length of this side is going to be exactly the same, right? Because it's a rectangle and they're across from each other. These are going to be the same length. And we know that this is 5. So what if we found the length of this side, this one here? Then this, whatever this is, plus 5 will be this one. So just a thing to keep in mind. You don't necessarily have to know that right away. You can just start solving for sides and then just hoping that it will help you in the future. But it's good to think ahead. So this right triangle here, we only have 15. We don't know what this is. We don't know what this is. So we can't do that one. But we can do this one down here. This triangle is a 5 and a 13, and we just have to find this side. So let's solve for this one right here. Remember, A and B can be whatever you want. A and B are the two sides, but C has to be the hypotenuse. So let's plug in what we know, right? I'm going to say that A is going to be 5 and B is going to be what we're looking for. You could do it the other way around. It's just that C has to be 13, our longest side, our diagonal side. So let's plug in 5 for A and 13 for C. B is going to be exactly the same because we don't know what that is yet. And now let's simplify as much as we can. So 5 squared, that's 5 times 5, which is 25. Everything else is going to stay the same. And then 13 squared is 169. And now we can go ahead and solve this, right? So solving for B, let's get rid of the 25. It's being added. So let's do the opposite, which is subtraction. So let's subtract 25 from both sides. So these cancel out. On the left side, we have B squared. And on the right, we have 169 minus 25, which is 144, if you put that in your calculator. Now, how do we, my watch is telling me to stand. No, I will not be doing that. So how do we get rid of the square? Well, we're going to do the opposite of squaring, which is square rooting on both sides. And technically, this is plus or minus square rooting, but we're not going to have negative sides. So we're going to ignore the minus for now. So these cancel out. On the left, we have our letter B, and on the right, we have the square root of 144, which is 12, because 12 times 12 is 144. So we have solved for this side here. This side down here is equal to 12. That's not our answer, though. You might be like, 12, hey. Well, no, because remember, we're looking for this side. It could still be 12, but maybe not. I know this is a really involved problem. But that's why I wanted to do this one last. Some of the scores were wrong this year, so they had to recall them and give out the correct grades. Whoa, that's not good. Apparently, computer testing isn't foolproof. Wow. Honestly, it's like, you'd think, how would they do that? How would they mess that up? But at the same time, I'm not surprised. Like, things like this happen all the time. That's crazy. I would hate to be like, thinking I got such a great score, and then they're like, oh, sorry, um, we we messed up your score. So actually you got a 12. Sorry. So remember I said we could not solve this top triangle because we only have one side. Well, we actually have another side now, this one. because it's 12. If this bottom one is 12, this top one is the same length, right? Because it's a rectangle. So this one also needs to be 12. And now slowly but surely, we're getting to this side right here. So remember I said if we find out what this side is, that's really going to help us because that plus 5 is this side. So let's just solve this one. I'm going to say A is 12, B is what we're looking for, and C has to be 15 because C is our hypotenuse, our diagonal side. So A for 12, 12 squared, plus B squared, because we don't know what B is yet, and C is 15. So 15 squared, right? So 12 squared, that's 12 times 12, which is 144, plus B squared, that is whatever B is. And then 15 squared is 15 times 15, which is 225. And now let's just solve for B the same way. Subtract 144. This is the same as last time, so I'll go a little bit faster, but definitely know how to like solve for a letter. That's a very important thing to know. So these cancel out. B squared on the left. On the right, we have 225 minus 144. What is that? 225 minus 144 is 81. And you know we did good when that is a perfect square, because 81 is 9 times 9. So let's square root both sides to get 9 for our square root. And square root and squared cancel. So B equals 9, right? So that is this side right here. So our final part right here is this side. Remember, that is our ultimate goal. What is AD? Well, it's the same length as this, which is 9 and 5. 9 plus 5 is 14. So answer C. That took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I'm sorry, but I was like, I need to make this the last problem because it's probably going to take the longest. Struggling with using logic to figure out the math and trying to get better at it. Yeah, it's not like it's easy to say, oh, just think of it logically. And I say that all the time. But the reality is, just because I say it all the time doesn't mean it's easy. It's definitely a hard thing, and it's something that you have to practice over time. And obviously, you can't become a master at it just in a couple weeks studying the ACT, but it's something that you can just practice with all kinds of math. I think that's something that's sometimes lost, I think, now in some math lessons. Like I feel like teachers will sometimes just teach formulas and like students won't understand why it works that way. Even the grammar, just using that kind of like logic. I feel like I've never really like been a fan of memorizing rules and things. You see, it's inside of the C circle, so that means you like chocolate. It's inside of the S, so you like strawberry, but it's outside of the V circle, so that means you just are a vanilla hater for some reason. But you like the other two flavors, so that's what that means. And then obviously this 16 in the middle is what is the people that like all three flavors.